Hello, friends select. This is the Labrador Retriever. Go.
Hello, YouTuber subscribers and friends
Friends,
alike. It's Grant coming at you from Miles City, Montana. Today is what, September 10th or 11th?
September 10th, about 2:40 p.m.
Yeah,
Mountain
I'm here
Standard
with
Time.
Airplane 312.
Hey, everyone, and also the Labrador Retrievers.
Yeah, got the girls along with us. When I came back, I looked through my stuff and I realized the case broke the handle off.
Pretty much I
TSA broke it or
noticed
what.
it.
But when I flew last time, had checked the gun. I put this case into it underneath, put the gun into it, the case, and flew with it. They might have broke it when they're bag handling, or I might have broke it in my travels since then. I don't know. But we discovered it was broke. Cheap handle. The case itself's been pretty good though, and I don't really need the handle because I can put it in the bottom of the bag anyhow. But this is the slip that TSA gives you if they have to go back into your bag at like a different TSA in a different airport.
You want to flip it on the other side too?
They give you this notification that they went through your case and all that.
And just to let you people know, when you first do it, you tell them, say, "Hey, I have a gun.
Yeah.
It's unloaded or loaded. If you can probably do it in front of them to unload it and stuff to make sure it's."
Well, yeah, you have to declare it at the airline first, and then they take you to the TSA office. Well,
And
they're
they-
supposed to, but we finally figured that out. And then,
They'll give you the slip.
but they give you this slip that tells TSA that you have the gun in the bag when they go to mess with it, because they'll see this big metal blotch in your bag otherwise, because you have to have a metal case.
And
They
then
go to scan it, they'll
here's
see
a
it.
side. Or try to get close. Sorry about the focus. Come on,
Yeah,
focus,
so you have
camera.
to declare it and check off each one of those lists.
Virtually, it says domestic only, international, no international flights, which Grant will say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Domestic.
Then it said check firearm is unloaded and locked in a hard side case.
Yeah, hard side. Okay.
And it says I am the only person holding the keys and combination to the case, which his
Yeah.
keys are in the bedroom and stuff.
Yeah.
So virtually the answer will be yes. And then again, you sign right here. We block it out for the purpose of the video. Come on, please focus, camera. Sorry for the vision, but the date's right here. You sign the date.
And so that's how they tell that you have a firearm in there. The big old big.
And of course, this side shows you perfectly in the video.
Yeah. So sometime during its trip, though, a different TSA at a different airport, it was all the same, but a different TSA grouping at a different airport went through my bag and had to put a slip in there every time you open the bag.
Or it could have been the bottom area and they say, oh, they put a piece of paper in there too.
Yeah. And so then I realized that the handle was broke, but I could have done that myself. I don't know. These are interesting by themselves. They're the little McDonald's toys. The other day, I was sitting at the McDonald's in a truck stop at the Flying J in Billings, Montana. You can back that view off, I think, too, in the view setting. I have it on wide view, I think. But anyway, I'm sitting there ordering McDonald's, and I had 6,000 points, and you can get a free Happy Meal in 6,000 points. So I ordered the one, and then I went to go order something else because the Happy Meal wasn't enough. And I happened to notice it say, do you want to reuse or do you want to use your Happy Meal? You have till this date, I think it was like 12/31 of 25 to be able to use it again. So I clicked on it again because for some reason they're giving me another Happy Meal. So I got the first one, and I got the second one, and I just wanted to see how many times I could get it before they shut me off, and I got all the way to 4 before the local McDonald's people there shut it off.
And technically, it's kind of on the wish-wash of theft, but
Yeah, it's not morally right, but technically it's not theft if their app is allowing you to do it over and over. It's them giving it to you, but morally, yeah, it's probably not the right thing to do.
and technically you're not supposed to tell the company, say, oh, by the way, it's glitching out.
Yeah.
Why would you tell the company, oh, your system's glitching out?
Right. Well, technically, I did end up telling them the system glitched out after they wondered why I was getting the fourth or fifth Happy Meal at that point. But anyway, my buddy Joe I was telling him about it, and he said you should keep these things for target practice. So someday when I go out there on the range, I might set them up there and do target practice and see if you can hit a bullet right through their head. Like this, you know, because you might as well keep them since I had them anyway. It was a good idea on his part. So, and I just wanted to make that part of the video because you can make this or pop can or anything, you know. Something to shoot at that's small, and then that will help your targeting skill.
And I do have a nephew and stuff, which if Grant really...
Well, yeah, if you want to give them to your kid, your nephew, you can do that too. If you want. He just told me to keep them for now and just come up with a use for them somewhere. So you can give them to him if you want. But that's what it was. For this video, that's pretty much all I have. I couldn't believe this case, the plastic handle, didn't last 1 month in the bag. The case itself does, though, and that's all I really care about. I can keep using that. I don't need the handle because I wasn't planning on using it as a pack-around case anyway. It was always... The case always stays in my real bag that I keep with my rest of my clothes and work stuff anyhow, so... No big deal.
And he's probably not going to be traveling, so that case might be staying here, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, so I haven't... I'm sitting here waiting for the Texas to California trucks to start this winter. Whether they'll do it again this winter or not, I don't know. But it's a gamble. I just have to wait and see. And I don't know if I'm going to take this case with me or not. I might just not fly because this is 10 pounds by itself. Well, this with the gun is 10 pounds. And then my other stuff is 20 pounds. And I took it to an airport scale when I was at that airport that day to fly out, and it was 30 pounds worth of stuff I'm packing, which doesn't sound like a lot until you're doing it every day or every other day. So I'm going to try to do as light as I can.
You figure 30 pounds is almost like infant.
Yeah. And in a month time frame, I didn't have anybody have any problems with it. Well, besides the 3 videos that I made having to pull the gun out myself to use it, I didn't have anybody having a problem with my having a gun.
Within a week.
Yeah, sometimes in a week, yeah. That's the other reason I don't really want to do what they call the Goshen dance. Going to Goshen, Indiana, because you got to go through Chicago every time, and it's just gotten worse and worse, and it's not worth the teeny tiny short.
And what were the odds of him now not having a gun nearly 7 times?
Yeah.
And then needed to use the gun 3 times.
I'm just glad I didn't have to. I only had to show it, and got to mold it back off because. But I'm glad I had it on me, I guess. But when I last delivered this RV in Billings, Montana, I ran into a couple of Indiana transporters, and she showed me their version of Just Drive, low boat app, and they had a bunch of nice runs that would go from Indiana all the way out to Washington and Oregon and California. The thing is, I wish I'd known that at the beginning of summer. That'd have been great. I'd have signed up with Indiana and did that, but in the wintertime, I don't know if I want to freeze my butt off in those rigs, so I don't know yet.
And the only time you'll be freezing is 2 states.
Yeah.
Washington and Oregon.
So if you're looking into getting into transporting, right now would be a good time to sign up with Indiana Transport for Drive-Away Division. Because apparently they got the runs. Hate to say it, but quality right now doesn't have the runs. I hope they bring back their Texas to California southbound runs, because I'd rather do that.
And he's not bashing because quality is bad.
Yeah.
Because they gave him 3 times.
Yeah, and it's just different times of the year, you know, and different stuff that's going on. They can't get really long contracts like apparently Indiana did this time around. And so it'd be worth your time to sign up with Indiana. I saw lots of 1,500-mile runs and lots of 2,500-mile runs with Indiana. They didn't have these little 500-mile runs. And it's tempting to switch over, except for the fact that I have to go freeze my butt off and go back to Chicago every time. All winter long, which I don't really want to do in the winter time. Next summer I would. But I haven't looked into it yet. I'm just hoping that quality figures out the Mexico tariffs. Well, not them, the company they work for.
AKA Trump tariffs, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and mostly I like everything Trump's doing except for when it comes to the tariffs, especially Mexico tariffs, because that's just killing my job. And I've heard from a lot of other people that it's the same way in other industries, that until they figure that out, it's where everybody's kind of nimble.
And a lot of people say, oh, it's helping the economy and stuff. Well, he just said it's hurting him.
When it comes to transporting stuff, especially stuff out of Mexico, it doesn't help. And then it's even shortened. I think that's half the reason all the runs are shorter, too, because stuff coming out of Goshen, 2 of those factories had to switch from making RVs to making box trucks, and box trucks only go about 500 miles a shot. But that's because they didn't have the parts for the RVs, or they didn't have the demand for them. or something. I don't know the gist on that, but that I think is related to tariffs too.
And he does and since this video is going to be posted, will apologize that he was going to make the outside of the vehicle and stuff.
Yeah, on the
But-
last video, but then I totally forgot about it. Thank God I had the thumbnail picture that I sent to my buddy Joe about the outside of the rig because he wanted to see the name on the RV. Good thing I did that the day before, because I at least had that in the thumbnail. But I didn't get to make the last part of that video because I totally spaced it. I got up early and tried to deliver the RV early, and then I got to talking to those Indiana transporters. That's when I was going to make the video, and I totally spaced it when I was talking to them. But anyway, that's all I got for this one. Just rambling on right now. Oh, in a few days here on Monday, I have another coat coming that's for the holsters and stuff like that. We'll show you in that video. And then that's when we'll show you the bag that I bought the other day. That's a quick draw bag gun because it's going to be my new outfit when I leave out here again sometime. But until then, I'm just kind of in limbo hanging out up here. Anyway, like and subscribe, leave comments. We will catch you on the flip.
See you later.
Peace.